What's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about bonding with your blue-tongued skinks. And there's various ways to do it, so we're going to basically start off from the beginning. So basically, you're going to get your brand new blue-tongued skink, whether it's from, a pet store or a breeder. You're going to bring it home to its setup, and then you're going to want to let it sit. And depending on the species, I would let it sit longer. So if you have, a captive bred blue tongue, I would think you'd be fine with the standard week. But if you have something wild caught, it might be worth doing maybe 2 weeks, depending on the individual animal. Some of the key is you got to watch the behaviors to see home, and during those first week or two, you're going to want to sit outside its enclosure and let it get used to you. That way it gets used to seeing you, your presence, what's going on around the house. You could talk to it, and that way it will get used to hearing your guys' voice, or depending on where the enclosure is set up, it will hear you interacting with, say, your family. During that first week, you could also work on tongue feeding, whether it's, insects like dubia roaches, thawed pieces of snail that you thaw out, or you could do other various treats. A lot of animals, food is the way to their heart, so that tongue feeding they'll start recognizing that you're not a threat. After that week is up, you could work on short-term handling sessions, and depending on the animal, you'll want to approach it a different way. Some you could just basically go from underneath and carefully lift them up and support both the front and the back section of legs. That way they feel comfortable. And some of them will just sit calm. You might have to walk them through your hands a bit, or let them walk on you. If you're worried about it running or something happen, you could get like a 28 quart tub and get a chair and sit down and set it on your lap. That way it has something to get in and it won't run away. And then on the other end, if you do have one that's more defensive, you are going to want to take a longer approach. Some of it you'll have to see. Some are more defensive, territorial, we'll call it cage defensive. And once they're out, they switch flicks in their head and they realize, hey, you're not going to hurt me. Where then you have the others that they are extra defensive, and you're going to need that extra time to try to get them calm. Some people will use gloves on those. That way, if they do get bit, you could use like welding gloves or heavy utility gloves. But as you can see, Mercury here, he's not trying to run away. He's just really wants to explore and climb. Sometimes patience is key with animals. Each one's an individual. A lot of times now, though, especially with the captive bred northerns, we're on, tons of generations where even when they're young, they're pretty relaxed. This season, we only had 2 babies born out of everyone that was, more spicy. And the rest ended up being super calm, great animals, whether they went to pet homes or other breeders. They ended up being great, beautiful animals. As you could see, blue tongues make pets because they are that docile animal that's pretty easy to take care of. They don't have huge requirements, and there's a huge ton of colors and variety, and with tons of unique mutations down the road. There's tons to see. This was beneficial. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you guys look forward to future content.